the 5 aspects of holistic health. Hey, it's Zane here with you for Rock Solid Wellness, where my mission is to help you to think well, eat well, move well, and live well. You know, when it comes to holistic health, we are looking at the whole picture of what makes up our mind, body, and spirit, and how everything is connected. You see, the problem these days is that everything has become fragmented. The way healthcare treats physical or mental imbalances is with separation and specialties, and yet all of our energetic components are intimately connected and related. You see, you cannot truly heal or experience incredible, lasting vitality and the avoidance of disease unless you're consciously dialed into all of the parts of you and how your mind and body are intertwined. So a holistic approach to wellness really does acknowledge the connection and the relationship of all of these parts. And we're going to unpack these briefly for you today. So what are these 5 parts to holistic health? Number 1, physical. 2, mental. 3, emotional. 4, social. And 5, spiritual. So as you can see, true health and wellness goes far beyond just diet and exercise. Even though our environment and the modern healthcare approach really has done a stellar job at separating everything. The thing to realize is that you can't be well in your physical body if you're suffering from constant anxiety or emotional trauma, no matter what protocols you're following, what medicines you're taking, or how many visits to the doctor that you do. Likewise, you will struggle to maintain a clear, healthy mind if your physical body is not being looked after or your relationships are a shambles. Everything is connected. And for me, a rock-solid approach to life and health and wellness involves a certain level of vibration and consciousness that allows me to tap into these areas. So let's take a brief look at each of these 5 parts of holistic wellness. Firstly, the physical. Now, primarily the physical is driven by diet and exercise. You are not only what you eat, but also when you eat when it comes to diet and nutrition. And I'll be talking a lot more about that in other episodes. So in terms of exercise, the thing to realize also is that life is movement. You are meant to walk as a constitution to strengthen your frame, to ensure vibrant and purposeful body function in all of the interconnected areas. You are meant to walk for at least 30 to 45 minutes per day to build and maintain that strong, healthy frame and constitution. So diet and exercise is the physical. The mental, your mindset, which is predominantly made up of your beliefs, your values, and your motivation. How you see the world, your perspective, what's important to you, and what drives you. These are the aspects that really do make up the mental side of who you are. Then there's the emotional. You know, emotional well-being is everything. And the reason for that is it really dictates how we feel about ourselves in our own skin, our level of self-love, our ability to navigate our way through challenges with grace, our level of emotional fitness, the language we use, our ability to not take things personally, to not make assumptions or meanings out of things in a way that doesn't serve us. Those kind of emotional attributes can be extremely freeing, and they can allow us to let go of a lot of baggage and unnecessary pain. So emotional fitness and well-being is absolutely critical as well. Then we have the social. Now, social essentially comes down to our relationships. Firstly, we have the intimate kind. Now, the intimate kind, our intimate relationships, those with our spouse, significant other, partner, even our children. These will typically be the most valued relationships that we have, but also potentially the greatest source of trauma or pain that we will experience throughout our lifetime. And the reason for this is because at our core, one of our greatest needs as human beings is to feel loved, to feel connected, to feel worthy, to feel like we're enough. And it's our intimate relationships that predominantly really dictate those emotions. Then we have our intimate circle or our social sphere. And these are the people we hang out with and associate with. These relationships will either lift you up and bring value to your life. Perhaps they'll just be benign, they're just there, they don't really add anything at all, or they'll bring you down. And it's been said before that you really are the sum total of your 5 closest friends. In other words, who you spend time with is who you ultimately become. So essentially, if life is not what you want it to be, step 1 is to take a close look at your social circle. So as I said, we have social, our relationships, both the intimate kind and also in our social sphere. Finally, we have spirit. Now, the word spirit essentially comes down to that which we cannot see but has meaning. And it's the reason why the Latin word for air is actually spirit. I'm sure you would agree that air is something of significant value that we all need, but we cannot see it. And I like the way that Dr. Espen explains this. He's a neuroscientist and spiritual teacher who I've worked with a lot over the years. And he really just dials it down to this simple fact, and that is that we are 90% energy and space and only 10% physical. In other words, there is an intangible force that is the true essence of who we are, that governs who we are, and it's only really 10% that you can see in the flesh. And, Don Tolman has spoken about it for years as well. In the first trimester, when we are conceived and we're still in the womb, there's a part of us that is developed known as the neta, the N-E-T-E-R. And that is the very essence of who we are, our identity, our truest individuality. So, in other words, we are all individuals, we are all unique, and that is governed by our spirit. And that's partly why I wanted to, name my new brand Rock Solid. You see, the word solid is a compound word. S-O-L actually means light or the sun. So S-O-L, sol, was anciently one of the names for the sun. So it means light. And id, I-D, is you and your identity. It is the very essence of who you are, what makes you tick, what are your greatest attributes, and allowing you to shine light onto your truest self, your truest identity, so that you can be the best version of you. But the science of true wellness really does require a holistic approach that involves the mind and body and spirit and all of the aspect of those things. And this is really truly what gives you the opportunity to live a more complete, harmonious life where everything is working beautifully together, allowing you to be the best version of yourself. It's a conscious approach to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being that empowers you to be more responsible, to create expansion, to feel whole and to feel more in control. Hey, it's Zane here, and thanks for listening. If you received value from today's episode and you'd like to see how I can help you at an even deeper level, I invite you to check out my Rock Solid Wellness online course and coaching programs. It's all about helping you to break through any limitations you may have and building strong, robust mind and body habits that put you in control. My at-home video course is a pre-recorded module training where we focus on boosting your mindset, nutrition, movement, and lifestyle. And if you'd like to work with me even more closely, I also offer group and private coaching to help you integrate the rock-solid steps into your own life. To learn more about my online course or coaching programs, go to zanetruscott.com. Again, thank you for listening, and I look forward to serving you on your journey to rock-solid wellness. Hey, thanks for listening to Rock Solid Wellness. If you got value from this episode, feel free to leave me a comment or review on your favorite podcast platform. I also appreciate any constructive feedback or topic suggestions so that I can keep improving and serve you best. Keep in mind that the content of this episode is for informational and inspirational purposes only and is not intended to replace any advice given to you by your doctor or healthcare professional. I do recommend that you consult your personal physician before acting on any of the information contained in this episode to determine its suitability for you. This is Zane Truscott signing out. Again, thanks for listening, and until next time, stay strong and live well.